Hello, and welcome back to Ruler Wave Street playing as Japan on Super Large Plus starting 1890. We are now in 1962. August, we are fighting a war against Great Britain. This is the 8th month of a war. It started in August, so 8th month. We've been maneuvering around a little bit, taking Jamaica pretty quickly without a fight. We have had a few battles up in Northern Europe. Ever victorious, of course, but as usual, for no reason at all, the British keep sending their forces around the Horn of Africa. That kind of made sense when they had like Hong Kong and we were fighting in the Indian Ocean, but that's a couple of generations ago, like at least one generation. That was back in ancient times. So right now I'm not invading anything. They have no invasion opportunities, but maybe the AI thinks that he can take back some of what he has lost. I'm not entirely sure, but it keeps shooting itself in the foot there. So in addition to maybe trying to grab Sierra Leone and other possessions in West Africa, it's a relatively low priority and it's costing a lot, so I'm not so sure. We are just going to begin looking at scaling back our war effort a little bit because we are making a lot of money, but we are also spending a lot in upkeep. On the other hand, the British are not broken yet. They are weakened, but their carrier fleet remains strong. So you sort of need to put a good number of their carriers down before we can really scale back. So we'll see. But enough talky talk, let's jump in. So here's the map, and I am way over here, and my invasion attempt is just not a good idea. I didn't realize how much over I was, so let's send them back to the Caribbean for now. And we can also kill the invasion attempt because there won't be an invasion when I have nothing to defend there. My force here is more than capable, so there is that. My carriers are now all full strength, or very nearly so, except the Congo Yinryu, my two most modern carriers. They are just haven't had time to fill up with planes, but unless I take massive losses, I think things will shift around pretty soon. So maybe we should consider resuming construction on one of those. Yeah. This one? Yes. That's a good twist. High on the US, high, yeah, that makes sense. Do we have anything that's damaged? Well, there is that battle cruiser, of course, it got torpedoed or something. Yeah. Let's have a look. See what happens. I mean, we are playing with such huge fleet sizes and it's late game and everything, so micromanaging everything, I don't know. It's not that interesting. That is special because I think they have only one and it was damaged earlier. Orange Prince. Okay. How many subs? 9. They have 9 operational subs. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they keep doing it for some reason. But we need to now look at our commitments here because base capacity here is good. 158 to 175. But in Northern Europe, it's a little bit too high. So let's do something about that. Division editor. Expand. No. So let's look at the battle cruisers. Let's move these guys to the med. That's a good start. And The problem here is move division to the MAD. Move division to Northern Europe. It's the only way to do it because they are subordinate, so that works. The Caribbean, that's fine. Northern Europe is fine. Caribbean, Northern Europe. Who has the nice missiles? Sam. Okay. Mad. Move division to the Mad. These are in the Indian Ocean, that's fine. Heavy SAMs. Okay. Do we have here? A couple of carriers. If I only knew what the need. Probably one of my small cruisers. Yeah, it's an 8,000-ton cruiser without any missiles. So it will immediately not do anything useful. And let's head for Iceland or something. I mean, I could assign my ships all across the globe and not use the foreign station function, and that would reduce these kinds of interceptions, but it's too much micromanagement. Yes. Interested. Long-range air-to-air missiles. Miniaturized onboard electronics. I think that reduces the top load of SAMs or something. Zanzibar. Craft a heavy jet in a little while. Light jet. It's good to see that we are not using a lot of poor quality aircraft now. Helicopter is good, actually. Wow. Okay, so they went to the Indian Ocean where I have nothing, and they must be very badly treated by now because that's a huge stack. Now, let's consider our options. Ships in service, so we are nearly healed, so to speak. These light cruisers are coming out. A lot of the destroyers are coming out. We are slowly finishing our rebuilds. That's good. Subs are... The missile subs are doing fine. Price rules. We could put it on fleet support now because there is very little to be gained by trade when we are blockading them. No. How much over? We are still slightly over, so we need to do something about that. It seems... Yeah, okay. It's only some smaller ships that are being hurt. Let me think. Yeah, I think we're actually fine. If a destroyer or light cruiser is attrited, it's not really a problem. But let's move some ships here. Division. Let's head back to West Africa for just a little spell. And air groups. What can we do here? Disband. It was on reserve anyway. Nassau is doing good. Freeport is expand. Freeport for now. Very good. Hamilton, St. John. Colombo, serve, band. Gibraltar, Sandria. Valletta, we can keep. Reykjavik. Not sure if we saved a lot doing that, but I suppose every little thingy helps. Hmm. Fleet battle. Wow. Seems very unlikely. Yeah, here they come again. Don't know if there's any point in trying sort of a thrust at them here. I don't think so. These guys are certainly not doing anything useful. Coastal raid. Okay. That's weird. Animated. But these are not real ships, so we will decline. User action. This is just silly, but whatever. No, we can crush them. They are down to 8 submarines. That's not a lot. Still at 327 here. So my long-range battle cruisers suffer attrition while being in. Oh, this is just stupid. This is just stupid. Why didn't I just take the piece? I'm not sure. This is just costing a lot of money and going nowhere. That was interesting. A blank event. Enemy fleets dominate. Okay. Okay. Ooh, we made it to January. Cool. Now we'll invade them. Okay. Because we like bases and we need something to do. And this will kind of sort itself out, I suppose. And now our carriers are fully stocked, but it's not like the enemy is actually shooting at us. 3 points, really? So very quickly, the analysis. We've been at war for 13 months now, 1 year exactly, basically. Nothing more to add, really. We get our 2000 base resources. We took Jamaica, budget modifier is unchanged, so it's a very minor change to budget. I didn't recalculate build to upkeep, but it's even worse than it was. National overview, nothing's changed. Great Britain has been weakened slightly. US is building a lot of battle cruisers and a ton of carrier, but it doesn't really affect the overall balance of things. We got 1 new ASV tech, that's it. Turns out the helicopter is good, but we have 0 in service, but I know I have destroyers with helicopters, so that doesn't make any sense, but okay. Maybe only the ones on helicopter platforms, like helicopter carriers count? I don't know. Sounds weird, but okay, it's good. And it also turns out that the medium bomber is Average. So we have only average and good. So that's starting to feel a bit solid. This old light jet fighter is definitely obsolete. So we should probably get rid of that one. Heavy jet in 4. And that's it. Yeah. So the most boring status report ever, but this is the end game, and there isn't a lot going on, to be honest. How many carriers do I have here? 8 carriers. That should be sufficient. You know what? Let's just try. Let's give it a shot. See if we can get some fun stuff out of it. Probably it's just gonna start another cycle of moving to the Indian Ocean. Oh. Carrier battle. Okay. Estimated enemy forces 21 carriers against my 2. I think I'll decline, thank you. Yeah, okay, so he did it again. Okay, yeah. Why can't you add a 6th? Oh. We're quite close to my target here. Unknown radar contact. Let's get. Are you locking radars on me? Fire half, fires all. This is might as well. That's some bullshit. Firing guns at the target. Oh no, you're not. Hell yeah. Very disappointing. Generally speaking, the AI is just very disappointing. Monopropellant. Improved missile sub. This is nice. Better ECM and jamming. Medium surface to surface and increases missile hit rate. Yay! So this is... Yeah. Okay. Carrier battle not likely. True victory lies at sea. Lightweight gun turrets, that's pretty far. Long range air-to-air missiles. Okay. So it's down in the corner here. Why on earth did I forget to move all my carriers? Convoy attack. No, declines. That's a disappointment. Again, that is just bad coding. This is just one of the little cruisers. It's not unlocked, so... There it is, unlocked. Oh, where am I? Yeah, I wish we didn't have to see this. There is an option here, large battle preference, but I don't think that's a cool idea. And I don't want to send out counter raiders because it has no relevance. Food shortages. Yeah. Okay. So we get 16. Is there anything that we might want here? Let's take the two in West Africa and leave them New Zealand and... Yeah, it's for the better. The AI can't handle more fighting anyway, so it just keeps sailing around. So I'm gonna reduce this to medium. And I'm at a minimum. How would I want to use Naval Academy? I don't know, but suppose for prestige reasons, I'll hold this one just until we get settled down. Japan, we're up to 102,000. That's nice. Almost a new heavy jet. Air groups are absolutely massive. So we will take these and change number to, I guess, 12. Non-carriers will be 8 maximum, and I cannot afford to maintain these at active. So, okay, that certainly helped quite a bit. Yeah, okay, so all is not lost here. Still have that unholy fascist democracy alliance. Okay. So the only sea areas that we do not fully control are those that we cannot fully control. We have taken... Okay, the US has Alaska. We haven't taken Alaska. They have New Zealand and Eastern Australia. And of course, India and this one. China has Shanghai. And Spain has a couple in the Caribbean. Wow. But other than... And Italy has both Tunis and Albania. But other than that, well, these I can't really reach. Realistically, Finland and the Baltic. I mean, I could have claimed them, but I'm fighting Germany, but there is no use because we are not going into the Baltic at any point. So. And my basing here is 105. It's not fantastic, but it's a lot better than anyone else. So I can have a small fleet here to reinforce with. 175, that could have been better. If I had... How much is Cuba? 20. 20. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I would be building anything there. I will just have to figure out a way to make it work. But yeah, I have to reorganize for peace now. Yeah, so I had a bit of a think, and I have started sending my ships back home, of course. I also completely stripped down my light cruiser divisions, making them into 3 ship divisions to give me as many slots as possible. These are not gunfighters anymore, so having divisions of 4 feels excessive. So I've mixed it up a little bit, and some have relatively good SAM cover, others have no heavy SAMs. This one is next in line for some refits, but overall my light cruisers are fairly decent quality. And then we have these reserves and these scout cruisers hidden at the bottom here. I have my 16 carriers. I also stripped down all my destroyer divisions because we need to do some significant rebuilds and maybe some new builds as well. Did also something similar for the battle cruisers. I have now 4 groups with, well, mostly 17, but one 16-inch in each. If it turns out we don't need the total number here, then I could disband some of them, but I think having these 12 going into fight with the US is fine. These are in mothball. So that's the story right now. So on the map, we are moving home for the most part. So the monthly balance isn't super good at the moment, but it's getting better. And you can also see that naval aircraft is at least down to somewhat realistic level. We are down to 1500. It's about as low as we can get, I think. And we also have quite a few of my relatively good jets in storage, so that's nice. It still says 0 helicopters in service, even though I have helicopters on destroyers, but maybe that's the way it's supposed to work. So let's go on. Spins. 9 ships have finished working up. Commissioned. New heavy jets. Okay, yeah. This is better, but you can see cruise speed is not hugely affected here. And range is actually down quite a bit, but it's mostly medium range. And I'm not sure how often we are fighting at the maximum distance here. So this one seems like a good bet, so let's pick that one. It's shot down by fighters and other aircraft, and a few are shot down by SAMs. So other AA is at best a deterrence, but we knew that already. Aircraft types. So let's look this over. This jet attack, I think it is fairly good, and the reliability is good. Medium bomber, how is that? That seems fine. And also not very relevant. Could actually be interesting to pull out yet another heavy jet, see if it's even better. Speed range. We could do range speed, see if that's different, just for fun. Yeah. Yeah, because I reorganized my destroyer. Now in my light cruiser groups, it's a little bit chaotic at the moment, but that's fine. Some of these have probably had some minor damage, which is why they have been stuck around. Diving missiles, not something I use. This was just something I made. I forgot to mention it. It's sort of a continuation of my previous destroyers. It has one superimposed turret and one on the center line here. It weighs a little bit less. And it has 2 helicopters because I think helicopters are kind of fun. But I haven't put it into production or anything, so... Come to think of it, I should probably just move all of these to Northeast Asia, then I can send them out again. They stole my money for social programs. That's I bet no one else has any social programs. All silencing, okay. 5 bombers, okay. Okay, that helps a bit. We have 35 subs, 30 of them are missile subs. Yeah, and for once we are not dead broke. That should be sufficient. Yeah, that's it. That's fine. I don't think I want to waste any more time on that. And suddenly we are broke again, but that's fine. Okay, do we have ships in weird location? Oh, okay. Northeast Asia. Fine, fine, fine. Save and I had one idea that if we were able to trigger a war with Germany before we entered a war with the US, we could probably deal with Germany first, and then inevitably US would join, but by then the Germans would have much less of a fleet. Huh? Oh. Maybe an idea. West Africa. Terms of technology, we are waiting for the ability to shoot SAMs against ships. We are waiting for quad launchers for medium surface-to-surface missile. We are waiting for improved light SAMs. Anything else? No, those are probably the ones that matter. Mothball, that seems pretty harsh. Uh, okay, things are under control, more or less. I don't think we'll need it, but it's a principle thing because we are Japanese. Let's just waste a few monies on that. Notifications on places that will never get invaded. Oh, the Germans have a colony. Cute. Is that Of course we can build some subs. Probably. Okay, so it has a decent range and speed is pretty okay. So stats are fine. I don't see any reason not to take it. Okay, so battleships are in a sad place, but heavy battle cruisers are looking good. It's fine. Must have 25 subs building. Build sub. Missile submarine. Can we afford that? That's monthly build cost of 10,000. Yeah, I will have to make do. I think it fits well with our. Why? How? What? Seems pretty irrelevant. No missiles now. Medium range air-to-air missiles. Okay. Oops. Okay, but that's okay. Let's put some of these. So nice. Cuba. Naka, yeah. Make the agent a national hero. Yeah, sure. Look at this zero tension. Did we waste our only opportunity for a war against the US with that little trick against Great Britain? I hope not. How long unevaluated? Okay. Build sub. Missile sub. Well. Build sub. Missile sub. Subs. So we have some stuff. Reserve. subs take 20, so almost 2 years. But that's fine. We will, once they are built, we will have 55 missile subs. That can be convenient. No, we haven't, because we are done with research there. Okay, good. I don't want to start any massive build right away, because I remember I want to bring up my little war chest here. No, I'm not interested in that. Some of our oldest ship for more budget. Wow. Okay, this is also relevant because it reduces the top load of SAMs, which can be very high. And it also reduces reload times. And we haven't really delved too much into reloads, because until you can shoot SAMs at surface ships, sort of the reloading just happens without you thinking about it for AA. And we haven't used reloads for deck-mounted missiles at all, so yeah. Dive bomber. Okay. Interesting. Oh, they're still allied. Still allied. But we have basically made it to January. Yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. I don't think I have updated this properly. It should say 63 war with the Great Britain, and it should also say peace treaty. Yeah, I regret the whole war. I wish I just had skipped it and just kept tensions high and aimed for a proper war against US, because this was absolutely no fun at all. We had a few okay encounters where we sort of get to see that king of missile combat is volume of fire. Yeah. And that carriers are relevant. By all means, they are relevant still, but most of the battles you get generated will be missile. No, we will lean even more heavily into missiles. Medium surface-to-surface missiles are, unless you are running quad launchers on your big boys, the mediums are better. They weigh less, take less top space, can be reloaded more easily, and they are faster. And I do think they have a higher hit rate as well. So they have a slightly lower range, though. So there's something to be said for having long range heavy missiles. For one, I like having all my cruisers with the heavy missiles, because then I can flush my tubes, get some early strikes in, and not be sitting there with loaded tubes when I take incoming fire. But for the destroyers especially, and also small cruisers, small light cruisers, you can go with the medium surface missiles. So what's up next? We'll keep filling up the war coffer, but I mean, we have 3 big ships that are coming out of refit in about 3 to 6 months. That will free up about 20 24,000 monies, and we also have subs building for around, was it 10,000 per month or something. So we have a huge rebuild and also new build potential once that clears. So yeah, definitely exciting times, and we probably have to take a look at the carriers as well. We have all the small carriers lack SAMs, so we want to put the planes on shore for a little while we refit the carriers with stuff. Yeah, with missiles, just for some self-protection. Medium SAMs, light SAMs. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Sorry about the boring war, but it could have been a lot less boring if the AI didn't do the let's sail around the world the trick every other turn. So that's a very huge flaw in the strategic AI. That, I mean, it's not my fault, but we suffer from it. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you again soon.